Adding interactions. Firstly, we're going to go through how to record an interaction with a person, and then we'll look at a few useful ways to review those records at a later date. By interaction, we mean a phone call, email exchange, a meeting, or perhaps a business visit. It's just a little tool to remind you that an interaction has taken place. Let's just say that I've met Matt at Small Pigeon today, and I want to record that I visited him because their company's recently moved in. So first of all, Matt must be in BidBase, and I know he is because I've added him to the people table earlier. So we go to Comms, Interactions, Add Interaction. And the recipient is obviously Matt. There he is. The interaction with is with me. I'm Amy, the bid manager here. And then the interaction type, it was a visit. I went to visit him. Today's date. You can be specific as you want with the time. I know it was around 1:30. And then I'm going to just leave a note for myself. This is just important to just hear. It's just a simple note about what you want to remember about that interaction. So I want to say, business has moved in last month. Matt keen to join working group. That's what I want to remember about this business visit. One quick tip here, don't forget your data protection responsibilities. If Matt, like any other person in your database, made a request to see the data that you hold on them, all these notes would be visible. So it's always very good practice to keep it as customer facing as possible. Click Add. That's it. That's an interaction recorded. Now let's move on to look at ways you might want to review the interactions you've been recording. Let's say we've been thinking about ballot recently and we want to focus a bit of time on our decision makers that have, say, the top 10 most valuable votes or our top 10 multiple voters. And we've identified using the ballot tools that Mara Myers, although she has one vote, it's pretty sizable. So let's look at Mara and let's look at what our engagement levels have been like with Mara. There are three real ways to look at it. Very quick reference way is to go into the people table, do a dynamic search, add fields, find Mara, apply. Now the first thing, this is just all her key information, and the last column shows the last interaction that's been recorded with her. So this was the 7th of March 2016 and it was a phone call. If that's enough for you, great. If you want to look at her in more detail, then let's close the people table, close that, go to Comms, Interactions, Review Interactions. Then we're going to dynamic search, add fields, recipient, find Mara, apply. Now this shows you a list in chronological order of all the interactions you've recorded with Mara. Not just you, but everyone in the team. So Amy, the bid manager, that's me. There's 2 from me. There's 2 from my colleagues Jake and 1 from Derek. They're in chronological order, so they start in 2014 here. And what's interesting is you'll see that it builds a picture. So the last 3 entries are all about a story. They tell a story about a problem they had and how it was resolved. So this is really useful data that you might want to take along to a business visit to demonstrate the value of the bid and the level of consultation and engagement. You can of course export it, you can print it, send it to Excel, do what you like with it. This is all very well and good if you know Mara or you're specifically thinking about this person. But if you want to just look very quickly at what interactions you've had with an organisation, there is a way to do that. So I know that Mara works at House of Furniture, so I'm going to Organisations. In this case, I don't need to search for it because it's the second one here. When you've got your list and you find it, click on the blue, House of Furniture blue here, not the black. If If you click on the blue in the organisation column, this will show you a list of all the employees. And the final column here shows you the last interaction with each of those people. And because this one's blank, that just means you've never recorded an interaction with that person. So this is another nice, handy way of looking at a level of interaction with an organisation just by looking at all of those people that work for them.